So, guys, I don't often go live twice in a day, but this one is really important to me. I think this will be deeply impactful for a lot of people and could literally change people's lives. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. So, I'm going live with Jay Saul. I've gone live with him. Is this the fourth time now, Jay Saul? It's going to be the fourth time?
No, fifth time that we have a video?
Fifth time, like Kobe won 5 rings. Maybe it's the fifth. I feel like it's the fourth, but it doesn't matter. We've done it multiple times, haven't we?
We have.
We've done it multiple times. And basically, we want to discuss life beyond professional sports. And it's a really intriguing topic, especially for somebody like myself and Jay Saul, who have grown up loving professional sports. I know I thought I was going to be a professional athlete. Did you ever think that, Jay Saul? Were you ever at a point where you thought maybe you could have made it in the NHL, or you never even considered that?
Yeah, there were days where I at least believed I would make it to like a high level of college.
Yeah.
College level, not the highest level, but like respectable level.
Just a very high level where everybody can play and it's very competitive and there's fans watching you and all of that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So life beyond sports got us thinking, how would the world be without professional sports? And would it make the world a better place? Would it not really make any difference? Would it make the world a worse place? Like, there's multiple ways you can look at it. And before I give my opinion, though, what do you think? How do you see the world without professional sports? Would it be better, or would it be worse, or would it not really have any major impact?
Mate, I'm gonna just check my microphone right now before we dive.
No, go for it. Go for it.
It's gonna echo for a second. I just want to make sure that it sounds good.
Yeah, I'll when people start leaving comments.
Just check my microphone right now before we dive. Okay, it sounds good. Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, you're happy with that?
Yep, that sounds good.
So I'll ask you again. Do you think the world would be a better, worse place without professional sports, or it wouldn't really have a major impact?
Yeah, I think that's a great question, Led. I think that the world may not change as much as you and I think, because to many people, professional sports are actually a positive experience. They're entertainment, amusement, but as far as the world's spiritual health, I think there'd be a large improvement, because they won't be able to suck the energy out of these people that are voluntarily giving it, but they don't know what they're doing necessarily by giving the energy. They don't know what they're doing, but they are voluntarily giving it.
Do you think that they're just unaware and don't have really any value on the power of energy because they've never been taught about how sacred it is?
That's exactly, mate. Beautifully said.
So, pro sports, for me right now, at this moment in my life, if somebody was to tell me tomorrow will be the end of professional sports, there will never be another professional sports game ever, I would be 100% fine with it.
I'd be kind of excited to see what happens.
Yeah, I would be intrigued to see what happens. If you was to ask me that question 2.5 years ago, I would said, I don't know if I'd be able to cope. I don't know what I'd do without professional sports.
I would maybe cry.
No, I would definitely cry. There's no doubt. If they was to tell me that there'd be no Premier League, no more World Cups, I think that's what would have hit me the most. Like, I wouldn't have really cared about the Super Bowl or the Stanley Cup or anything like that. But if there was just to tell me there's no pro sports, it would have cut like a knife, I think. It really would have hurt me. And now I'd be, I don't know if I'd be joyous and celebrating, but
no, probably not.
I'd be like you said, I'd be excited to see where the world went without them, because I call pro sports a weapon of mass distraction. Although they're incredible and they're fun and you can create memories through them and bonds with people, there's also a lot of divide, isn't there, with pro sports?
There's a sense of pride with your favorite teams and favorite athletes. That's really, it is in a way, it's sacred, right? Because you have let's say I'm a big Boston person because the Boston fans seem to be really really into their teams. Imagine their team of all the 50 teams or whatever amount of maybe a 60 something teams having what is it 64 teams in the NBA or is it 60?
In the NBA
64.
there's
64, right?
In the NBA teams?
Yeah.
There's only there's 30.
Oh, 32. Oh,
no, there's 30. In the NBA, there's 30 because...
Is it 30 or 32?
No, it's 30 because there's 15 in the West, 15 in the East, and the National Basketball Association gets you 113, the 30th prime.
Oh, it is 30 because the divisions are set in 5.
Yeah, it's 30.
Right.
It's 30 in the NBA. It's 32 in the NFL. There's 32 now in the NHL. In the World Cup, there's 32 teams that participate.
And that's because the NFL is divided into divisions of 4, and then the NBA is divisions of 5. That makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So they do a lot with the 32, though, because we know the Society of Jesus' logo has 32 rays. That's why Brady retired the 32nd day of the year.
So, okay. So anyways, sorry about that. The 64, I don't know where that came from. But anyways, so imagine out of the 30 teams in the NBA, your team is in the championship and is a legitimate contender, right? It's like there's a sense of pride that comes with your city, and there is positives with that, but it'll be interesting to see where people take their identity after sports, like if sports were not, if pro sports were not a thing, where their identity would go.
That's a very valid point, and even more for international tournaments like the World Cup, like when you're in England or
like a whole country.
Yeah, the whole country's behind like a group of people running around the field or running around the court. It's like pretty sad, actually. In my opinion,
it's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny, yeah, cringeworthy in a way, isn't it? Like it's like I've said, grown men walking around with another guy's name on the back of the shirt is pretty cringe now. Thinking about it,
that's kind of funny that you have a whole country that's all focused on 11 guys on the field or whatever it is, and it's like, do they really matter? Like,
does it really matter? Like if those group of guys put the ball in the back of the net more than the other team, especially when it's rigged.
I know, but
even with that, yeah. Let's consider it without it being corrupt or rigged or predetermined. Why and what is it that makes people care so much? Like you said, is it the thing? Is it pride? Which I know you don't believe in sin, but it's one of the deadly sins. Is it pride why we get so high when a team wins and why we get so sad when the team loses? Is that purely pride?
There's got to be something more to it.
It's definitely, it's obviously psychological. And is it like social status? Is it when my team loses, I lose? When it wins, I win?
I think it's like it deals, if you're talking, let's just say in the 7 like core chakras, it deals a lot with survival. The identity and the ego deals with survival, and that's like your root chakra. So you have these people who, one of their foundations of, let's say like Messi was played for Argentina, right?
Yeah, still playing. He's going to be at the World Cup.
Okay, still playing. So
yeah,
someone from Argentina might feel like that sense of identity with the fact that their soccer team's amazing, right? Like,
yeah, it's true. I had that. Yeah, like it's so weird going on this journey. When England got to the finals of the Euros, which is a major tournament, I was already at that point then where I was done with sports. I didn't watch the games. I only watched one game in the whole tournament. Didn't watch any England games, and I had no care in the world. I had kids coming up to me, Mr. Adam, you see England just made the semi-final. Do you think they're going to win it? I was like, I don't really care. What? I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. They couldn't believe it. They couldn't comprehend the fact that I didn't care about England winning a major tournament. And the longer it's gone on, I just don't care anymore. Like I said to you recently when I called you, because I always call you. If I need advice, I always call you. I don't know if I want to keep decoding sports because I've gone to a different level of like consciousness now. And the more I decode, the more I'm promoting gambling, the more I'm keeping people stuck in this matrix of, like I was saying, this is a prime example. If I do a player prop for Steph Curry to drop 35, and he does, and the code's exceptional. Think how many people are celebrating every time he knocks down a rigged three and he puts up the 666 sign, and people celebrating him, even though they know it's rigged and corrupt and all of that. They're still giving Steph that energy, even though whether you know it's corrupt or not, you're still giving your energy. And my mate Red Pill Monkey, who's a phenomenal guy, is on Twitter, is basically me. He's like the same guy as me. And oh my God, mate, 22 in the live, 7 likes for Brady. 22 seasons, 7 rings, 49th prime, supports the 49ers. And he was saying he's been doing all these videos and images, revealing all the symbolism of all of these stars. Mate, 19 in the live, 9 likes for Brady, 199th pick.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it happens all the time. Pope Francis born 12-17.
I was telling you we should have Brady as the clip, but you were right that he's still playing. But it's funny that those numbers are showing up now.
Yeah, it's incredible. And he was saying he's put out all these videos and images of symbolism, like undeniable. Again, we don't know what these symbols mean. We just know that they keep being performed by these top stars, don't we? Yep. We know that. Like, we can see that. No gematria needed. We don't know what they mean, but I often connect them to Satan or whatever, and I know you don't. But he was like, the more I'm showing these images, the more I'm promoting Satan in a way, because I'm putting his work out there. I'm promoting his work, even though I'm calling him out. I'm
bringing more attention to that energy for sure.
Yeah, and then a lot of people, like I say, a lot of people are talking about Zach in my channel, and then the odd person goes, "Who's Zach?" So then Zach's getting a new sub.
Right.
I'm kind of promoting him when I'm not going out of my way to promote him.
There's probably people that follow you that are here solely for him, and what they're doing is they're doing that on purpose.
I think that is the case. I'm beginning to think that, because I've told you, since I got to like 5,000, more people are just appearing in my lives, which to try and talk me down, or more random comments coming out of nowhere with a lot of lies. And there were one today in a live, and I kept him in because he went, "Oh, you're going to kick me out because I can't remember what he said." I said, "All right, I'll keep you in. I just won't give you any attention." That's the worst thing I can do for those people. You can stay in, you can listen, but I just won't read your comment anymore, and I won't respond to it. Let me just speak to people in the chat. Hey, Agent D. Yeah, it's the Avalanche Lightning game 1 tonight. Have you noticed that is clearly about weather warfare? You've got Avalanche and Lightning connected to the weather. And
it's hot. It's very hot.
Yeah,
in many places right now.
It is. They're playing around with the weather. They're manipulating it. So Agent D is a great guy. Phil Mitchell, how you doing, mate? Lost Villain, what's up? Undoctrinated, thanks for all your support. Agent D said this, is tagged both of us in it. Agent D is very open-minded. He said people like watching people do things.
I love that.
He said people like watching people do things instead of doing things themselves. Do you agree with that? Voyeurism?
I need to even just type in and say Agent D. That was an amazing comment.
What a comment. I completely agree that I'd much rather be playing sports or doing my own channel than watching people play or watching other people's channels. And people try and call me out all the time. It's like, set up your channel, mate. Set up your own and see if you have the charisma, the motivation, the work ethic, and the intelligence to have a successful one. Try it.
Nate, on that note, may I read something?
Absolutely.
Okay, because there's I need to read this, and Nate, you're gonna love this because I don't think you've actually heard it.
Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I don't know.
It's kind of a niche. Let me find I need to find the quote.
I know this is going to be good.
Basically, oh mate, it's so good.
Okay, I'll be patient.
Okay, let me find it. So
I'll keep responding. So, hey, Kathy, much love to you. Hey, Go Vigilante. Hey, Neil. Neil said there's 32 countries in Ireland, UK, claimed by 6, which is interesting. Wow. Somebody saying Hungary equals... Oh, check this out. England just lost to Hungary 4-0 in a massive upset. And I said that Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, so I'm guessing he was hungry.
And they were in the desert for 4... Oh, wait, did you just say that?
Yeah, he was in the desert 40 days, 40 nights, was tempted by the devil and didn't give in.
So check this out. Oh no, I was gonna say about Moses and the Jews in the desert for 40 years, right?
Yeah, that was
Or did
40
someone else
years.
say
Yeah,
that?
there's so many 40s. Brady won the Super Bowl, didn't he? There was 40 points in that Super Bowl 55.
Oh wow! All right, mate, I have it here.
All right.
So, all right, everyone. This is from someone named Terrence McKenna, who died, I believe, in the year 2000. And I'm gonna read this out.
Another
There's
22.
also I'm gonna type in. There's also a version of this that has here. I'm gonna send that. It's by North Lane, and they do a version of this where he's speaking it, and it's over instrumental in the back. So that's really good too. It's called Singularity by North Lane.
Okay,
Anyways,
I'll check it out later.
Terrence McKenna.
Terrence McKenna.
We have to create culture. Don't watch TV. Don't read magazines. Don't even listen to NPR. Create your own roadshow. The nexus of space and time where you are now is the most immediate sector of your universe. And if you're worrying about Michael Jackson or Bill Clinton or somebody else, then you are disempowered. You're giving it all away to icons which are maintained by an electronic media so that you want to dress like X or have lips like Y. This is shit-brained, this kind of thinking. This is all cultural diversion. And what is real is you and your friends and your associations, your highs, your orgasms, your hopes, your plans, your fears. And we are told, no, we are unimportant. We are peripheral. Get a degree, get a job, get a this, get a that. And then you're a player. You don't even want to play in that game. You want to reclaim your mind and get it out of the hands of the cultural engineers who want to turn you into a half-baked moron consuming all this trash that's being manufactured out of the bones of a dying world.
What? Mate, the whole thing, I've got chills. The whole thing of that. That is bang on, like create your own culture. Wow, mate, wait. I'm getting, my eyes are almost welled up. That's just hit me really hard, man.
Mate, it's
fucking hell. Wait, just give me a moment. My body's shaking, mate. Wait. Let me just process what you just said there. So if we all create our own culture, we all learn to play an instrument, we all perform sports, we all learn to cook, we all learn to act, we all learn to...
We make our own TV that isn't in the hands of Illuminati-ridden,
So this all connects to basically creating your own reality.
Yep.
Instead of witnessing other people's.
Yeah, that's why I had to bring it up because of Agent D's amazing comment.
Terrence McKenna. Has he got any other gold?
Yeah, he does. I'll pull some up. It's right here. He says,
"Hey, Bambi."
I haven't even heard these. I'm just gonna mention them to you.
Okay.
This is my first time reading them.
Mate, I'm still getting over that. I'm still in like a state of like, wow, that hit me hard.
Mate, yeah. I mean, the dude. I mean, it's like someone could come to me and be like, oh, well, Terrence McKenna this or Terrence McKenna that. But the truth is, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, somebody's in the chat, and don't get frustrated. This is what people do because they don't actually. It's about comprehending the message, whoever's saying it. Do you know what I mean? He's saying McKenna was an MK Ultra agent, like Enslaved by Truth actually knew this person. Like the message, I resonate with the message. It's a powerful message. And yes, a lot of them are controlled and they put out certain information. But all he's basically saying is create your own culture. And instead of idolizing and giving your energy to other people, use that energy to make yourself better, to inspire others. That's basically what he's saying. And that's an amazing message, whether he's MK Ultra, whether he's a Nazi, whether he's a member of the Jesuit order. The message is there. Like...
The message... Listen, if someone is controlled, does that mean that they have nothing to offer you?
Exactly. And hey, Devil's Playground, really respect you. MP, how you doing, brother? I'll give you a shout when I get the chance, Paul. Like, say exactly what you just said again there, Jason.
I said, if someone's controlled, does that mean they have nothing to offer you?
Exactly. Some of the greatest quotes in the world are clearly from like controlled people or presidents or whatever it may be, but you still can appreciate the wisdom of the comment, even if it isn't actually from them. You can appreciate it. Like people call out Alan Watts. Alan Watts was definitely a Mason. That guy inspires me every single day with what he says.
Alan Watts is one of the. I mean, listen. What do you think Alan Watts would say to these people who don't even create their own content and they just bash on other people?
He'd probably pull out his incredible laugh and then say he'll pull out one sentence that completely rips apart that person.
He would destroy them. He'd destroy them in one sentence.
In one sentence, but not go out of his way to upset. But Alan Watts will just put you in your place if you deserve it. He won't intentionally go out of his way to make you feel like a moron, like Zach Hubbard. He'll be like, and he didn't insult, does he? But he does it in a way where it's kind of like polite with it, but he's really like straight to the point with it. Yeah, like it's the same people, Matt. I told you, they're constantly calling me out now, out of nowhere, when I'm doing my best work, in my opinion. They're appearing, and what are they offering to the show? But a negative comment.
Mate, this is, you know, the ironic, I need to say the ironic thing here.
Yeah.
Is that we're talking about, like, Terence McKenna's whole thing is about doing things on your own. And when someone is criticizing what someone else is doing, they're not doing anything on their own. That's the ironic thing here.
That's absolutely incredible. Again, so wise, mate. It's so wise. And like, people say to me, like, oh, you go on about that you coach and you teach and you create content and you decode and you play piano and you rap and you sing. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? It's like, what is this? Like, why are you targeting me for attempting to do multiple things and being pretty good at quite a few things? Why does that mean I have a giant ego and that people shouldn't support me because I have this giant ego because he says he can do this and he says he does that? I'm just telling people my story there's a big difference. I don't go on, I'm the greatest ever, everything. I just say, this is what I do. Oh, he does so many things. He thinks he's so good. It's like, I just do many things because I love them.
Mate, it's the big thing is that you're not listening to Ed Sheeran do his things. You're making your own things.
Yeah, I'm making my own music, not listening to Ed Sheeran. Can you make this point I kind of made earlier? So I was calling out Prince. I'm not going to get into why, but
Prince, the artist from Minnesota.
Yeah, the artist known as Prince, who died on the Queen's 90th birthday, supposedly.
Yeah.
I was basically saying I think Prince right now is playing the role of his sister, but we don't need to get into that. And I was saying, whatever I'm saying about, I'll get called a hypocrite for this, but whatever I want to say about Prince and who he is and who played the role of Prince and if he's male or if he's female, who he worships, this, that, and the other, I can still appreciate his music.
Oh, sure.
I still listen and enjoy his music. It's the best. If it's a demon, if it's possessed by a demon, I still appreciate the music, and it's how you connect with certain things, isn't it? Like, I don't connect with pro sports anymore. I can't watch them. I just can't watch them, but I can still listen to music.
Why does Prince go large across, the world? It's because he is talented. Just because someone's controlled doesn't make them not talented or something.
Exactly. They're talented. And again, it could be organic. It could be 100% organic. It could be magic involved. It could be demonic entities. We don't know any of that, you and I.
We don't know. We don't. The key is we don't know.
Have you noticed that recently? I think you more than I. We keep saying we just don't know, do we?
No, we don't know.
We can say the NBA is rigged, but we just don't completely know. And what does the word rigged even mean? Like,
I agree with everything you're saying right now. It's really powerful.
All I can say, I can call out certain things and I can identify patterns, but I ain't going to sit here saying I know everything. And people think I should know everything. And that's why You know what? The people who criticize me for being wrong are the people who think that I should know everything. And is that a compliment or what? I think it is.
Well, it's certainly a compliment.
It's got to be to be so shocked when I'm wrong, to hammer me for it. It's like, what expectations you have for me? I've never said I know everything. Since I started this, since I was the Illusion with 50 subs and didn't have a Patreon, I've never claimed I know everything. Ever.
I want to go on something I told you the other night when you said that people hammer you when you're wrong.
Yeah.
So the only issue I really am seeing with that type of behavior is that they're not like shouting from the rooftops that when you're right. They need to do, like, if you're going to hammer someone when they're wrong, you need to do the equal and opposite reaction when they're right.
I think that's very fair. Yeah.
Like fully, like largely celebrate you. Because mate, remember when I said to you the other night you had the Warriors and you were right.
Yeah.
And I said, mate, you should be jumping for joy as an equal and opposite reaction to when you're so down, when you may sometimes get it wrong, right? So it's like the equal and opposite is what I think would be like the best balance.
So when I called the Warriors and they won that game, tell the live how I reacted. Was I like, yes, I got it again? How was I when they won that game?
Mate, I didn't even hear it from you. I had to look it up myself, and I was on the phone.
I didn't even tell him. I didn't even tell him. Like, I'm not bothered anymore. Like, I still think revealing the deception in sports, what I believe to be deception, is an amazing way of helping people grow. I think that's the main reason I'll continue to do it. Because I think it is helping people. A lot of people have stopped watching it now. And I've told you, they say, I go for hikes in the morning now. I'm working out. I make breakfast for my wife. I do this. I don't watch pro sports. I don't invest in fantasy football. I don't gamble anymore. And my life's way better. So if I can keep revealing it, like I just posted a post on Patreon. It's talking about Wiggins, number 22.
Yep, Andrew.
Yeah, and it was saying the remarkable redemption of Andrew Wiggins as Golden State Warriors forward steps into starring role in NBA Finals. So it's talking about how his whole career has been a laughingstock, the subject of mockery.
Mate, we have to discuss that for a second because what I remember, he's a good player. He's been a good player for his career.
It's saying Andrew Wiggins has been the subject of mockery and derision for a lot of his NBA career, from being declared a bust throughout much of his time in Minnesota after the Timberwolves took him number 1 pick, to being scoffed at following his first selection as an NBA All-Star.
Mate, he's actually, if we're looking at this objectively, I need to say, because Steve Kerr even made a comment I didn't like, where he said, oh yeah, we had no idea he was going to do this for us. It's like, they're basically shaming him for doing good.
I know, it is very...
But they're shaming him.
Yeah, it is. Somebody told me that Wiggins is a monarch athlete.
Mate, he averages 19 points a game in his career, and they're calling him a bust, and that he was a mockery, and that he was basically nothing until this one game that he played where he had 26.
I think what happens, it happens to pretty much anyone who was selected number 1 overall pick. Like if they're not if they're not like a LeBron or whatever, they're always going to be judged more harsher than somebody who's like for example, Steph was drafted 7th, wasn't he? And like Kobe was 13th pick. I think Michael Jordan was 13th as well. Like Jokic was 41st pick. So when you first pick like a LeBron, you are going to have way higher expectations. You know what I mean? So that's why they're probably judging him harsher than...
But they're saying his whole career was a joke until he had 26 points in one game. It's like, it's crazy.
But what I'm getting at with him, I did a big code on it. I'm not going to go through it again with Wiggins. But the fact is, you got number 22 having the season of his life in 2022. And he's doing it against Boston, that are the big 22 franchise. It's like undeniable. Yeah. So these numbers mean something, don't they? The fact that he has that 22 on his freaking jersey. And I did the Klay Thompson code. You know all about Klay and 11, don't you?
I really don't, actually. You can tell me.
It's not that detailed, but he was drafted 2011. K, like Klay, K is the 11th letter of the alphabet. He was drafted 11th pick, and he wears the number 11 jersey.
Yeah, but you also have the fact that 113 is a number of deception, and Steph Curry's 30 and he's 11, like 11-3.
Yeah, and then you also have the 30 and 11 gets you 41 for your Kobe.
And the 64th prime as well. Yeah.
And you talked about 64 at the beginning of the live, like.
Oh yeah, by accident. That's crazy.
Which is oh my god, mate! 64 is 32 times 2 for your 322 for Skull and Bones.
Oh my gosh!
Never thought about that. Never thought about that.
Well, and the 64th element on the periodic table is GD, like God.
Ah, yeah, because they don't use the O, do they, in the Torah?
No, they do not. They use a hyphen.
And I was talking about how Wales, the national team, just made it to the first World Cup since 1958, which was 64 years ago. And Liverpool dropped to 6-4 in European Cup finals, and coronavirus declared a global pandemic. Won it 3-11, the 64th prime.
3-11, yeah.
So let's just read some of these comments, because it's really important doing this that you've got to remember there's people listening to us all over the world. Like, I know what it was like when I first started listening to people's live streams. I was so desperate for that person to read my comment out. It does feel good, and when you ignore it, it does hurt. So
yeah, go ahead, mate. Go ahead.
Bambi got suspended on Twitter with 166 followers. Oh my god! And it's the 166th day of the year, isn't it?
Yep.
Wow, what a joke! And Jurgen Klopp, the Liverpool coach, he ended the Premier League season with 166 Premier League wins, and he was born 16-6. Roger said, "Wisdom, vision, integrity, affinity. War ends before it begins." Wow. That's very interesting.
Mate, who posted the 166s? Those are some good finds.
I said the 166s. All she said was that she got suspended with 166 followers. Then I said, the 166s.
Oh, that's sweet. Nice job.
Somebody said, remove yourself from society. What's your response to that? Is it impossible to do that? What do you think he means by remove yourself from society? I kind of get where he's coming from, but what do you think of that comment?
I have to say, mate, it's actually quite the opposite. I think we need to create more light in society than trying to run and hide in a cave.
Wow. Yeah, that fear.
Positivity.
Everything.
More positivity. Mate, the whole thing of this, this whole story of rapture, of like getting saved from the worldly things, it's not realistic, mate. What we need to do is bring the heavens here.
Wow. Yes. Create a new world.
Yep, exactly.
Wow.
One day at a time.
All right, I like that. Somebody said this: bite the fruit, spit out the seeds with truthers. So get the good part of it and then spit out the rest, because these truthers will give you an element of truth and give you a lot of bullshit. It's like spit out the seeds. You know, like when you have an orange. Oh, do you eat seeds? Maybe you eat them.
Yeah, I like hemp seeds and chia seeds.
Somebody said, if the message is good, who cares about the messenger? Someone wise, someone said.
Yes, mate, repeat that one. That's
perfect. Great. Go Vigilante said, if the message is good, who cares about the messenger? Someone wise sometimes said.
I'm going to find that. Okay. Yeah, go Vigilante.
Yeah, okay. Incredible. Dr. Seth G said, hey, Adam, it's important to consider that the ancient rites, festivals, Saturnalia, etc., did not necessarily originate as celebration of abject depravity and irrationality. I think he's right there. That's very interesting. Somebody's saying Ike is a shill. David Icke and Bill Hicks have told so much truth, but they're completely under control. But then he said, the person who's truly under control is God.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think even with controlled opposition, there's still something that's,
Can I tell you something really personal that I've only shared with one person?
Sure
so
thing, mate.
Recently, I've got really, in my opinion, close to God, and I'm reading the book of Revelation and all of that. And every time I read a paragraph, I'm like, wow. And it said in the first page that God, and I don't want to talk too much about God because I know some people switch off, and some people love it. God is in control of Satan, and God uses Satan for judgment. So he allows Satan to play his tricky games on us to test us. But God is completely in control of Satan. It's not the other way around. And anyone who worships Satan, I know you don't really believe in it, worships Satan, are getting fooled. They're being fooled because he'll never beat God. And it got me really thinking about it, that this controlled opposition, we say Satan's behind it, but I think God's behind it. I think it's behind everything, including Satan. And he's testing you. Can you see through it? Can you pick out the truth? Can you discern? Can you discern between what is real and what isn't, between what is godly and what isn't? And he's testing you. He's not just going to come and save us and say, hey, okay, everything's going to be perfect. We're all going to go to heaven. This is a real test. And a lot of people are failing. A lot. Billions of people are failing this test, in my opinion, right now. Billions.
Well, it's tough to it's really tough to tell if it's millions, billions, or thousands, mate, because the media is a bunch of liars. So
That's
there's no
true.
way to really. There's no way to really know that. It could be that 80% of the world is awakened. We don't know. There's really no.
And again, when they're going to throw that this 7.9 billion, I think it's nowhere near that number. It's way less.
I agree with you.
Like staggeringly less. Not a bit. Not like 7 billion. I'm talking staggeringly less. There's not as many people as people think.
Like maybe half as much.
Yeah, maybe half. And then the higher the number, the more they can push climate change and saving the environment. That's mainly why the bigger the number, and it's blatant lies, and people just believe them. Somebody says loving the live. It's great to have a step away from sports. That this is a big thing of what we want to do, innit? We want people to visualize a world without it, and I think it would make people's lives so much better. But at the beginning, people would go through chronic depression, wouldn't they? It's for some people, it's their biggest joy in their life without judging them. It's their biggest joy, and to lose that would destroy a lot of people short term, wouldn't it? Yeah. It would crush them. It would truly crush them. William Ferguson said, thanks for your work. We appreciate what you're doing. I think he's talking about both of us. If everything was knowable via the domain of the intellect, spirituality would be as useful as pouring a glass of water into the ocean. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Wow, man. Where was that?
That is again from this doctor. Where is it? I can't. There's too many.
Oh, that's great. I'm gonna.
I might steal that one as well, but I guess I'll have to give credit. Otherwise, that makes me a thief.
Give credit for sure.
Where is it? I need to find it.
I found it. It's right between two of Neil's comments. Neil said, "Number one picks are always judged more." Yeah,
I've got it. And somebody's talking about Prince, how he had a lot of charisma, and that's why he was chosen for Batman '89 soundtrack out of all the artists. Didn't he bring out Purple Rain in 1984, and we know all about that year with Orwell?
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
I think that album is the most famous album, Purple Rain, or what came out in '84.
There's a lot of good comments coming in here. There's one. This is going to be interesting if we respond to this.
Let's see.
He said, "Bro, you guys just say things. The book is the word. Satan is real. Jesus is real. It's so simple. It really is."
Nothing's so simple when it comes to that.
Yeah, that's like extremely. That seems like I don't want to.
You can say it. Yeah, well, it's my platform. You can say it, and then they can say what they want. I'm going to stop kicking people out now unless they're completely harassing the chat. But what do you have to say to him? Because he's speaking in fact there, isn't he?
I think it's really ignorant comment, in my opinion.
I agree. That's saying the book is the word, but I think you. What do you think when I say you got to find your own truth? Do you disagree with that, or do you agree?
No, I agree with that. I think that's his truth, and that's completely fine.
That's what. Yeah, exactly. I respect his truth. Then he can live by that. Yeah, he can live by that truth. Go on.
But for him to say that the book is the word for everyone, that's just not. That's delusional.
I'll tell you what's pretty hilarious with the comment is, bro, you guys just say things, and then he's just saying something.
Right.
It's kind of funny.
That's true.
It's pretty funny. A lot of people are saying it's between 3 and 4 billion.
Yeah, they're agreeing. That's pretty cool. We're all kind of thinking the same thing. It's about half what they say.
Unlike MCG, I'm speaking to Jay Saul, a guy who is just truly an inspirational person. He really is in so many ways. I'm speaking to him. Giving glory is giving credit where credit is due. Yeah, I agree with that. That's why money is the root of evil. You don't believe in evil, do you, Jay Saul? Can you explain that?
Yeah, I don't really believe in it that much. What I think is that there's varying degrees and varying frequencies, and you can go all the way to the bottom, or you could go maybe push through the ceiling of the top, right? So, I mean, if someone's like, let's say someone hurt my feelings, and would I really think they're evil? The answer would be no. The answer would be they were trying to teach me something, and they are me. They're me teaching me something, basically. Is how I
You
think of it.
completely agree that we're all synced up, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
So when you help somebody else, you're not just helping that person, you're helping everybody.
You're helping yourself. Yeah, and
Everybody and yourself, which is part of
and
everybody.
everyone. Yeah, exactly.
Somebody said, "Is evolution an evil illusion?" They always talk about evolution, like Darwin's theory.
Yeah, it's certainly an illusion.
It's definitely an illusion, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
not the good kind, if you know what I mean. Wink.
Wink, wink, a Masonic wink. So somebody said ignorance.
No, mate, I'm saying because your name's the illusion.
Ah, okay, yeah. I sometimes forget.
I'm like, not the good one.
Yeah, but when you and I talk, I'm Adam. I'm not the illusion. So when I'm talking to you, I forget that I'm the illusion. It's like my alter ego, which is fine. I created it. It's my creation.
So this BKMD person is saying the same things. He's basically saying there's one truth, whether people like it or not, and that it's the preconditioning for the. Yeah, but here's the problem, though. Nate, is that the Bible is used to like mind control people. Like,
I agree. I agree with the Bible. Yeah, not faith. Faith is different.
Having faith that's paramount, but the Bible is used to mind control people, and the reason that it's used to mind control people is because the different layers of the text are not taught, like the biological layer, the astrological layer, there's so many different layers of the text.
Do you think, though, that God is communicating with us through that Bible? That was his way that he was communicating with you. And these people, these Satanists or these Masons, they can't stop it, can they? They can't get rid of the Bible. They can hide it. They can take it out of schools.
The biggest tell that they use religion to mind control. And I'm not saying all religion. I'm not saying that.
No, religion's man-made, isn't it? Religion is man-made.
Right, but the point is that if the Bible is the truth and it's the word and it's everything, why is the Pope even a thing? If the Bible is the truth and the Bible is the word, then why is the Vatican and the Society of Jesus, why are all of these organizations not clean, pure people? If their text that they're saying is the truth is the truth.
But isn't there in the Bible this that there will be false prophets, like wolves in sheep's clothing, which is people like Pope Francis? It's part of the book where they tell you that these people will come and deceive you, and you have to basically, like I said, use your discernment and your faith in God to see through them.
Hold on, mate. What were you, or was that a response to what I just said?
Yeah. So you were talking about the Pope Francis, like the Vatican. There's a lot of
like why are all of these quote unquote Christian groups?
Yeah.
Not why are they supposedly Illuminati, but then the book itself is pure and clean? That doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, I get where you're coming from. I really do. And why do people worship the Pope like God as well, which is man?
Right.
People bow down to him, don't they? They bow down to the Pope and they worship the Pope, and it's not right. Like God says, you should never worship man, and people worship him.
I think we're gonna have to agree to disagree with this person in your chat.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need any more of our energy now. He's made his point. It is what it is. That's his truth. Good luck to him.
That's his truth, and that's fine. Yeah.
All right, let's try and see if
let's
get back to sports. Let's get back to sports here, right?
Yeah.
So right before the live stream, I changed the title, didn't I went from Life Beyond Sports to Life Beyond Professional Sports. Why did we do that? Why did I change the title and add professional?
You changed it because basically playing sports ourselves is still a beautiful activity. It's healthy. It's great to connect with people, and it's really just an overall positive experience for us to play it ourselves, to do it ourselves.
Did I tell you about the time a person said, if all pro sports are rigged, why do you have a coaching company, you hypocrite?
Wow.
They call me a hypocrite for having a coaching company and I'm calling out pro sports. That is the level of people I have to deal with daily. So why do I have a coaching company? I truly love inspiring kids to get better at football. I love that they're fit. I love that they're away from the video games, that they're creating incredible memories. I know they're not going to make it as pros. I'm not telling the parents they're going to make it as pros and I'm going to guide them to the next level. I provide a service that the kids love, that I love to provide, and I get paid for it. Oh, if you care so much about the world illusion, then you should coach everybody for free. What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's kind of doesn't make any sense because you're not in we're not in a system where we can just do it for free. Your time and your energy are worth compensation, and if they don't respect that, then they don't honor you as a person.
Well, you and I were going back and forth a little bit with my life coaching journey, weren't we? So I kept telling you that I kept saying no to people because I didn't feel like taking the money to just talk to them. And you were like, well, they want to pay you money to talk to you. So what's the problem? Which is pretty straightforward. And then I was saying, well, if I do it, I don't want to charge much. And you were like, you need to charge at least this for for your knowledge. Yeah. And you kind of got angry about it, didn't you, with me? A bit.
I did, because you weren't having self-respect.
I wasn't valuing my work enough, was it?
Right, exactly.
And if people want it and they're willing to pay it, why does that make me a bad person that people say, this guy's just doing anything he can to make money, but they're coming to me? Somebody earlier, I can't remember who his name was, he put in the live, and I don't know what happened to him. He said, can I pay you to teach me gematria? But how is that like me, like trying to make money if he's asking me? He's just coming out and asking me, like, I'm not constantly saying, sign up, follow me, be just like me. I'm the greatest in the world. Do you want to be like me? Then give me your money. It's like people are coming to me. Like like the English class I taught this morning, she contacted me. I'm not putting out flyers or business cards or going up to saying, hey, I teach you English. Here's my business card. They're coming to me. You want me to say no?
Wow.
Like, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, just because I'm making money from multiple sources doesn't mean that means I'm not in it for the right reasons, mate, is my point.
Absolutely, lad. But the big thing is, what I was explaining to you on the phone the other night was that it's an honor. I was taught recently by a very wise person that basically, what's the word is when you're not trading, but I guess you could use that word, but trading one currency for another is a form of honoring one another. It's not like if they expect you to just give yourself for free and they're not giving anything to you in return, then they are not honoring you.
What I did was for about a year and a half, and I've got multiple testimonies for this. People said, I need to speak to you. I really need your guidance. And I was speaking to people hours at a time for free.
I remember that.
And I was coaching. I was doing also, and I was doing it. And they're like, do you mind if I call you tomorrow as well? I was like, okay. And then gradually I thought, I can't do this. I can't actually do this anymore. I'm giving so much of my energy to other people, and I'm not getting any reward, like no financial reward for those phone calls. And I thought, but it's the right thing to do. But again, like you said, we live in a society where you can't just give everything to everyone else and get nothing back. You can't, unless you truly are this like truly noble, incredible person who's willing to be homeless, to put everyone before themselves.
Mate, that doesn't do good, because if we're all one and you're not taking care of yourself, then you're actually doing a disservice to the whole, which is God.
Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, so just a little comment to you all there. Just because I'm making money from working X amount of jobs and working my ass off doesn't mean I'm not doing this because I care. Like to question my passion in anything is scandalous. Like the way I coach, the way I teach, the way I do live streams, to question my passion as well is scandalous to me. It's scandalous.
That's
man.
a great word. Great word.
I do like that word.
For that situation.
All right. Everything is an energy exchange. Money is just physical type of energy. Why do you think we call money currency, which is energy? Somebody's saying sports is amazing for releasing endorphins. 100%, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I went to go watch the kids that I used to coach. I watched them last night. Mate, the game finished 4-2, which might mean the Warriors close it out tomorrow. They lost 4-2, which is
wow.
which is absolutely wild. And we know Kobe Bryant played 42 minutes in his highest scoring game, and then the year he died.
Were they happy to see you?
Mate, I can't put into words. It's like I'm a superstar. I can't. If somebody videoed it, I had about 70 different kids come up to me, hugging me, screaming, "Oh my!" And I've got, again, multiple people can back me up. I'm sure maybe there's some kids in the live now. That is the biggest joy you can get for it. They're not all coming up putting $10 in my hand. They're coming up and hugging me. Mr. Adam, oh yes. Like, mate, they're like my brothers, my sisters. The parents all adore me. I've got the energy surrounding me. I've got God within me. I guess we all have. But yeah, again, mate, what day was it yesterday? Tuesday? Monday? I don't even know what day it is anymore. What day is it today?
Today's Wednesday.
All right. So yesterday at 7:30 p.m., I've driven like 20 minutes to go watch this game of football, to watch my old students. I don't know how many teachers would even give a shit and do that. I'm not even at the school anymore.
Wow.
And I did it because I care about them. Win or lose, like, I'm there to support them. And I was screaming from the side. Like, go on, mate. Yeah, I screamed when they scored, mate. I jumped up. Like, wow.
Wow, lad.
It's just a beautiful thing. That's why sports are so joyous. But pro sports are not, in my opinion, anymore. Sports are just incredible, man. Wow, they're so powerful. They've given me some of the best memories of my entire life. If it wasn't for football, I wouldn't have moved to LA. I wouldn't have met my wife because I got my visa paid for to go to the US to coach, and then I played football. If it weren't for football, I would never have met my wife. I wouldn't be in Mexico now, and I wouldn't be the Illusion. It's given me some of the greatest memories. Although it's also, I was always, Adam, yeah, the footballer. And it started to grind on me as I got older. That's all I was.
Wow.
I was just the footballer. I've said this all the time.
And that's it. That's all you were worth.
Yeah, that's all I was worth. Oh, I've not seen you, Edders, in like 8 years. You're still playing footy, lad? Not. Have you got a wife? You got any kids? What's your job doing? Are you in good health? Just the footy question. And I'm like, oh God, that actually held me back a little bit. Like, that was my social identity, the footballer. And now it's like, I'm a life coach. I'm this, I'm that. It's like, you can't pigeonhole me anymore. Who's the decoder? No, I'm not. I'm just, one thing I'm good at is decoding. I'm not the decoder. I'm not the sports decoder. That's not my living. That's not all I do. I don't want to be pigeonholed. I just want to be as good as, I want to get really good at multiple things and then share my gift with other people. Easy. Yeah. Done. Do it. I do it with gematria. I do it with coaching. I do it with teaching. And you're the same person. If you have a gift, share it with people and get paid for it. Simple as that. It's simple.
That's it, mate.
Do you think gorillas and so other animals are fake actors in suits?
That was funny.
I think that Harambe was somebody in a suit, to be honest. The Harambe.
No comment. You go ahead, mate. No comment for me. That's hilarious. So I like the question.
For me, I think that they are legit. I think Harambe was a made-up creation. The Harambe that they threw down.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's the only one.
It's the next thing. It's always the next thing. It's Ukraine, and then it's the jabs, and then it's there's always some bullshit distraction, isn't there? There's always something that's keeping your frequency low and distracting you from the present moment. Yeah. There's always things. The present moment has a lot of power and magic and like divinity and so even in some different types of scripture where they talk a lot about being in the present, even if it's not like directly saying it. Like, it's not going to say be present. It's going to, dance around it and speak in a riddle, so to speak. But it's, I guess an example would be like a lot of different people bless their food before they eat in different religions. And what they're doing is what they don't, obviously they're giving gratitude to source, but to God, to source. But another thing they're doing is they're getting in the present moment.
Wow. Did you hear my analogy of the tiny shoe?
No, mate, go ahead.
My friend Javi said he tried it today and said it worked. So I put this in my book.
Yeah.
I said, I was talking about overthinking and overanalyzing and how that separates the body from the mind. And then I was talking about how if you think all the time, like a person who thinks all the time lives in a world completely out of touch of reality. Like, you've got to be careful of overthinking. And then I said, one way to live in the present is to tie your shoe. Tie your shoe, baby, because it takes both hands and your mind. And for that moment when you, for that moment when you're tying your shoe with both hands and you're focusing on the objective of making sure your lace is fastened, you are completely in the present. So I was like, whenever you're overthinking, tie your shoe. And this guy said today he tied his shoe to try it, and he said he was completely in the present. And then he also says to get in the present, he pinches himself, like he nips himself or something. So
I love that.
Like, which was very interesting. Somebody said greed is the path to the dark side. What do you think about that?
There's a lot of interpretations, because I think you can be wildly abundant and not be greedy.
Oh, wow. Wow. Can you define the word abundant just for people who are not very good with English?
Oh, yeah. Let me also expand on what I just said, so it's not just some bold statement. But you can be wildly abundant and not be greedy, but also you could be like have an extremity of poverty and be greedy.
Like, so like you can be abundant with love. Abundant means full of, doesn't it?
Full of and surplus. Like having more than you need, like having a lot.
Yeah, keep going. I'll let you finish this.
Well, basically, it's like someone who's going to casinos every night and spending all the money they made that day. They could be greedy and be in poverty, and then there could be someone who has millions and millions of dollars, and they're not greedy. They're just living their life, and they're good people.
I know multiple millionaires that you won't have a clue that you won't have a clue that they were millionaires, the way that they behave and the way they treat people.
Exactly, mate.
Yeah, and you get people who have a little bit of money who go around thinking they're the bee's knees and they've achieved everything in life, haven't they? In the Mercedes, they've got the Mercedes, which is not even theirs, because they're paying crazy money a month. Like, it's not really theirs yet. And they're cruising around like they run the world. And I kind of have sympathy for people now who are obsessed with materialism. I don't look down on them. I feel sympathy. I don't know if that's patronizing, but you just see them like, is that it? Is that your joy? Is that truly inner joy right there for you? Having these materialistic items. And again, let's say this, mate, just to let people know, you can have them. Like, you can have a nice car. Doesn't mean you're obsessed by materialism. You can buy, like, if I was to go buy a nice shirt now and people go, oh God, he said he don't really care about materialism. He just bought himself a nice shirt. Why don't he just wear like a dirty vest every time? It's very naive, isn't it? And closed-minded.
Yeah.
It's like money's not evil. It's people's obsession with it. It's people's obsession and what they're willing to do for it. It's not the money. Money's just paper and coins.
And I'm gonna correct myself from earlier. I agree with BKMD about one thing he said earlier, was that the Bible isn't brainwashing people. It's the religion that I meant to say. It's not the Bible itself. The Bible is a book with text in it, right? And it's the people that are doing it, not the Bible itself. So thank you. I will thank him for that. Thank you. BKMD,
I agree with him.
Correcting me.
I agree with him.
Correcting me. Yeah, he corrected me. That was good. And anyway, so the money is not evil. It's the people's
obsession with it.
Obsession, and then also the financial system and the people manipulating the system may. Again, I know I said I don't believe in evil, but just for the sake of duality, so everyone understands, the system itself may be corrupt, but the money itself is not doing anything to you. It's the money itself is, it's paper and it's in currency, different currencies, and it's not doing. If anything, money is the reason that I can go to the gym, that I can eat healthy, that I can, do some good things for myself.
It's like education. Education's absolutely beautiful, but the education system's not. But education is great.
And God, the universe and God blesses you. You may find $100 bill on the street. Is that evil? No, I think it's a blessing from God. No.
Oh, wow. Wow. Somebody's asking, do you believe it panel creation or evolution? Or you don't have an answer?
Yeah, they were saying both of the panels. So you and me, they're asking creation or evolution.
Creation for me. I think the creator created this. It's nothing to do with evolution.
Yeah, if anything, I think evolution is backwards. It's like there were apparently super high tech beings and super like high conscious beings in the past. Like they say, like Atlantis and Lemuria,
and like giants and stuff like that. Genuine giants.
So apparently our history is actually flip flopped. But yeah, I mean, obviously God and the divine script writer wrote this whole reality, but I don't think it's as simple as like the traditional creationist story. I don't think that doesn't resonate with me either necessarily. Like where they basically saying that like the Bible is telling us that this is how it happened and blah blah. I don't believe that. Yeah,
no, I agree with that. You can't take everything literal with the Bible, in my opinion.
I really don't think it's a literal text, in my opinion. I really think there's so many beautiful layers, but the literal is what keeps people in chains, and the literal interpretation, in my opinion.
Somebody's saying this, I know you probably won't care, but I just watched a movie recap about a movie where the zookeepers were dressing up as fake exotic animals to bring in more money and customers to the zoo.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
No, it is very interesting. And nothing would shock me when it comes to corruption for money. Nothing is what I'll say to that. Nothing would shock me. And I would maybe believe that they could do that. But I don't know. Corruption's very real, and I wouldn't be majorly shocked. How many pull-ups can you do? I can do about 17 without stopping. How many pull-ups can you do?
I'll have to try that. Probably similar to you. I'm guessing maybe. Yeah, probably similar.
I'll get some. This is what will end up happening. So somebody will ask me how many pull-ups can you do. So I'll end up going back to the gym and I'll say, hey, mate, can you just record me doing pull-ups? Because I just want to show people on Twitter. And then boom, there's the illusion again, showing us how strong he is, showing off to the world. When I would literally post it. I would literally post that video for the one person asking this question just so he can see. Like, again, everyone asks me, how good are you at football? What's your position? Can you do tricks? It's all right me saying yes. So what I did, I thought I'll do some tricks and I'll post it. I didn't do that just for my ego. I did it. There you go. There's your visual. So you don't have to ask me again anymore. I'll go.
So you're saying it's a miscommunication because different people want different things.
Exactly. But a lot of the times the things I do are to help people or to respond to people. And then we discussed heavily perception and perspective. People get something in their head and that's it, isn't it? They run with it and it's done. They're right. They're right in their head, even though they don't actually have a fucking clue. People seem to think that they know everything about my life and they've literally never spoken to me, mate.
Yeah.
Yet they say, well, that's why you're doing it, Illusion. It's so obvious, 100% why you're doing it is because of that. It's like, what? You've literally never seen me or spoken to me. And you know more about why I'm doing something than I do? It's again, hilarious, isn't it? You have to laugh. Okay, we can't really talk about germ theory on YouTube, unfortunately. Unless you can word it in a way where I'm not going to get the video taken down. Maybe you can't. It's very hard to talk about that topic.
No, we're not talking about it, mate.
We can't. I can't. Unfortunately.
We don't agree with it, and we're not talking about it.
That means that I'm a shill, though, because I'm not calling it out, which is hilarious. All right.
Yeah, but you can't, mate. You literally can't unless you want to get the video taken down. So don't do that.
Somebody said if anyone calls you a conspiracy theorist, it's very important to remember that it's better than being called a coincidence theorist. Do you think that's a good play on words?
I like that. Yeah.
I think with the CT, you get rid of conspiracy theorists and you replace it with critical thinker.
Yeah, but CT scans are scans on your brain as well.
Like that, don't you?
Wow.
You always
I like
do
what you
things
said.
like that.
Critical thinker. I love that too.
Yeah, the critical thinker is
because that's what they teach us. Like they think, well, in school, like we're always taught to be. We want to be critical thinkers, is what they see, even though it's not really what they're teaching us to do necessarily.
No, all you got to do at school is basically absorb information in general. It's not even about thinking; it's about absorbing, which is different. All right, we'll do a little bit longer. Ronaldo went through a humiliation at Man United this season because I think he's going to win the World Cup. I said, all right, somebody, I know you don't really know much about soccer. Somebody likes Argentina, Portugal World Cup. I really don't think that'll be the case. Do you think, mate, if they allowed Messi and Ronaldo to meet in the World Cup final at the ages that they're at and the whole argument of who's the GOAT over the last 15 years, do you think that would really just be too much? It's such thing as it's too much. So to have Messi, Ronaldo World Cup final for me is not happening. I would not put a dime on that.
It's usually like they have those types of teams lose earlier than you expect to make a lot of people lose energy and money, right?
Yeah, so yeah, Ronaldo might go out early in this. Yeah, that's a good point. Ronaldo got knocked out by Belgium in the Euros, who are called the Red Devils, and then he signed for Man United right after the Red Devils. They both have that.
I see what he's saying, though. I see what this person is saying about Ronaldo, and because Coach K, the Duke coach, got humiliated pretty bad, and then he made it to the final.
Yeah, and Messi had an absolutely shocking season in Paris, a really shocking season. He had a humiliation ritual.
Maybe they will. Who knows?
Yeah, but Neymar's also had a humiliation ritual. A lot of them go through them. It's part of
the biggest thing. This video, the biggest thing about this, even we haven't really talked about it a lot, is that we're walking in a different direction than the professional sports, you know.
Yeah, again, let's try to get back to that. It's hard when you focus so much on the chat, but it's also important that we do that.
Hey, we love the chat.
Yeah, look, it's probably the best part of why I do this. Devil's Playground said he wants to be a critical drinker.
Devil's Playground just had a great comment.
Yeah, he always leaves great comments, this guy.
He said school is an anagram of loosh, and you were telling me about we both talked about, but you were telling me about the loosh energy. What is that? What is loosh energy to you, mate?
Loosh energy is just, for me, again, I don't know the exact definition because Lady Hawk told me about loosh energy. It's just basically where you're giving your energy to other people for like that short-term gratification, like you said, through watching a sports game. And it's not real. It's not genuine. Like, it's almost like fake. Like, it's not organic. Like, for me, energy is like, I like to create my own. Like, I like to do, like, today I learned the intro for, you know, Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush or Placebo.
No.
So my friend Stacey loves that song. It's a favorite song. And we talked about it in my recent live. Yeah, it goes like, down, 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 down. And then I thought, I'm going to learn that. And I picked it up in like less than 2 minutes. And that gave me this real sense of satisfaction and I had energy through my body. Or when you read that quote and the way you delivered it, it gave me energy. But loosh for me is just this like, it's like you're a fanatic about something or somebody. And it's not genuine. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't even know what loosh means.
That's interesting you say that because for me, or were you done? I don't want to cut you off.
No, yeah, like that. Just Lady Hawk always talks about loosh and energy.
Yeah, so I basically, for me, it's like the emotional energy. It's like the energy where when let's say the president says something that I don't agree with and I start getting riled up, that's loosh energy.
So basically, it's energy produced by human beings that other entities use to feed from. They feed off the energy.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
when you're screaming for like a wrestler running down the aisle or you're screaming for Kobe or LeBron or Steph, that's loosh, which they get, which actually benefits them dramatically to allow them to maybe do these feats because everyone's chanting the name. It's like all that energy is going to that person.
Oh yeah.
Whereas the average athlete or whatever it may be, they're not getting songs sang about them. So they just go about the business. They don't stand out. They don't get the attention and there's not focus on them.
I've heard that that stadiums for concerts and for sporting events are designed like architecture.
I wrote about it. Yeah, the energy harvesting stations.
Yeah, they're designed apparently to harvest the energy and send them somewhere.
Wait, you're saying that maybe who's them? Send them somewhere? You're on about the players?
No, I'm saying that the stadiums for the concerts and the sporting events the architecture is designed to send the loosh energy somewhere else.
To a different dimension.
Yeah, whether it's a different dimension or sending it to specific beings or whatever they're
doing. What if that loosh brings these people from different dimensions into this dimension, into the vessel of the player?
Wow.
Have you seen Space Jam, where it basically tells you that the players get demonically possessed to be able to create like amazing shots and plays like from Space Jam?
Actually did not see it.
Yeah, well, basically they put the hand on the ball and all this talent gets transferred over to them and they can do whatever. You got like these little characters from Space Jam just dunking and stuff. And that's very interesting with Loosh. Like I think
Devil's Playground just said something very similar about the stadiums.
Let's read what he said. That's why stadiums look like a giant loudspeakers from above. They also look like the third eye. If you look at a lot of stadiums, bird's eye view, it looks like the all-seeing eye.
Absolutely.
Like the San Siro, the Bernabeu, there's loads of stadiums that it literally looks like the all-seeing eye. And I always talk about pro sports. It's like a battery. It's all energy, isn't it? It's positive and negative to them. Like there's that attraction. You get charged to attend, and just so much energy that is exerted over like 2 hours or whatever it may be. It's wild. And obviously the bigger the game, like a final or a Super Bowl or whatever it is, when there's more eyes and energy. And I don't even think you have to actually be in the stadium. The more people that are sat watching it. Do you think energy can be transferred through a TV screen? Or is that stupid?
I was about to say maybe TVs harvest loose energy. Do you think?
Well, ever since I gave up TV,
do you think that's possible?
I think it's very possible. And ever since I gave up TV, I've never been more energetic.
Oh my God!
And I never even really watched it. Imagine those who are watching it 7 days a week for fucking 5 hours. Imagine they gave it up. Imagine how much more energy they'd have. I barely watched it. I was busy.
Are you drinking water, lad? I did the same thing just now.
Wow, mate. Yeah, I literally just poured it now.
I literally did that as you were speaking, and I heard your water open. I was drinking water.
Wow, after 1 minute and 13 for your 113, mate. And 22 likes. I keep talking about 22. 37 in the live, the 12th prime.
Absolutely, lad.
Yeah, baseball is definitely a Masonic compass, and they do everything with nines with baseball, don't they? Like you got your 9 innings, and like 3 strikes you're out. It's 3 times 3 is 9. They do everything by nines in baseball.
Yeah, three strikes and 3 outs.
Three strikes and 3 outs. And when you want to throw in the gematria as well, if you want to add that, like baseball's 54, 5 plus 4 is 9, it's 18, 1 plus 8, and then it's 162. 1 plus 6 plus 2 is 9. Baseball. Wow. And it is super Masonic. Again, I don't know how people watch it. They do. Think of the energy that is given out after a home run, mate. Or when they get what's it called when they
boring,
go on?
Boring game, though.
Yeah, but what's it called? Is it a grand slam where they get 4 runs?
Yeah, grand slam.
Think of that energy that's given. What about even when like it goes to that final pitch where it's like 3-2 or something?
Yeah, full count.
the full count, the drama there. It's all by design, but the question is, who's designed it to be so dramatic?
Yeah, who created these sports, mate? I'd be really, really, really interested to hear like how did they do this, mate? How did they create this stuff?
Again, you got to really start thinking, is it God?
Yeah, you got to think that. Don't you?
Is God using man
for entertainment?
For entertainment, but also to see, can you see through it? Just like the bread and circus, are you going to keep playing along with this game, or are you going to actually grow? Or
mate, or what about this? This is possible, but I want you to see if you feel this way.
Okay.
What if all of the sports were created for people like you and me to have fun, and then it was taken and inverted?
I always say in my lives that everything that's beautiful has been infiltrated.
So what about that, mate? That potentially, who's the basketball guy? Is it Mr. Naismith? Naismith?
Yeah, Naismith came up with basketball supposedly at high school.
And who came up with hockey? Wayne Gretzky? No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
No, it's the GOAT.
I said that on purpose. I said that.
No, I know. I don't know. It's something I will look into, and I'll do all of the date durations with them. I bet there's something with when the day they were born and the day they died. I'll find something with the names.
I'm joking about Gretzky.
No, I know, mate. Everyone knows how intelligent they are. There's no way they believe that you thought Wayne Gretzky.
No, mate. The reason I said it was because he holds these unbelievable records and stuff like that. Like, just literally not believable that he had that many goals and assists and whatnot. That's why I said he invented that. That's why I said that.
Mate, it's because when he was young, he trained harder than everybody else.
All right, mate. You're right.
That's why. Stop being jealous of Wayne Gretzky.
Yes.
I know you're jealous.
Sorry, man. I know. I'm jealous. That's right.
Yeah, at least you admitted it. Guys, just so you know, guys, we're being sarcastic here. If you don't get it, because I raised my voice, we're being very sarcastic. All right, what do you think about symbolism? Why is it everywhere, and what does it mean? And does it create a certain type of energy? What for you is symbolism? Why they constantly throw up the sixes or the devil horns or the all mocking tongue, like Jordan when he dunked, he always stuck his tongue out. What is that to you with symbolism?
It must be a way of mocking people that don't know it. It may not even be mocking. It may just be simply showing a pattern over and over and over again, and people not unlocking it.
So again, do you think that's man or God? Do you think they're giving? I feel like these people. You even told me in my book. Thank you for this. You basically implied something that these people actually want us to figure this out at this point, or God, or the universe want us to figure it out. They're making it so obvious, but what's obvious to me is not obvious for the average person.
Right. We have to really shift our mind and realize that. Can you repeat that? What you just said? Which
bit? The last bit?
You said what's obvious to you.
Yeah, what's obvious to me is not obvious to somebody else.
Right.
Like the classic, it's only easy when you know the answer. Did you ever watch Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
No, but I love what you just said, mate. What did you just say?
It's only easy if you know the answer.
Wow.
So, for example, if there's a game show where you get asked a question, there's 4 options for another 4. And if you get it right, you move up the board and you get more money for every question you get right. And there's a test of greed. There's always a test of greed in these game shows by intention, which I like. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You can say, okay, I'll keep the money. Or you can take a gamble and double your money, but you're not quite sure. It's like the slot machines. It's like Deal or No Deal.
Yeah, I like Deal or No Deal. That was a good one.
Yeah, so the Deal or No Deal, it's always testing your either faith. You could look, again, perspective. It's either testing your faith or it's testing if you're greedy. Yeah. Like, for example, if you have a penny in your box or $1 and then the other box is $500,000 and you've literally got statistically a 50-50 chance of either going away with pretty much nothing or changing your life financially, or you can go away with, they might offer you, I guess if if there's like, I don't know, we'll call it $1 in a box and $1 million, they'd probably offer you around, I bet they'd offer you about 200 grand, maybe 20%. So if somebody was to say, no, I'm going to stick, I really truly believe in my heart and soul, I have the $1 million in my box. And then if it turns out they have the dollar, everyone for the rest of their life is going to call them greedy instead of, or you can say, no, this person had faith and belief and it didn't work out. That's perspective.
Yeah.
Does it make them greedy? The smarter move, the sensible move would take the 200,000. You got there, you came there with nothing. You're leaving with life-changing money.
It's all proportions, though, mate. Because, all right, so let's say you ask me. Let's say you're Howie Mandel in this situation, right?
I don't like that guy, mate. He pisses me off. But let's keep going. He really annoys me. Is that the bald guy with the stupid glasses? It looks like something from. It looks like something from that Guess Who game. You know when you flip.
Mate, he doesn't have glasses, does he?
Maybe it's some Mandela effect. I thought he had glasses. What's his name?
No.
Howie.
Mandel. Oh, he does have glasses sometimes.
Let me see. Let me check his image. He's a guy who looks like a fucking snooker ball. Yeah, he's wearing stupid glasses now, mate.
Sometimes.
You're right. I'm looking at images, and we're literally talking 50-50. But it looks like such a bell end, mate, to be honest. But go on. But I'm going off topic.
So let's say you were the host and I'm on the show.
Yeah.
And you said to me, you know, what was it? You said 200,000.
Yeah, you've got the possibility of $1, $1 million, or 200 grand, and you've got the power to pick which one you're going to do. Like other than, well, you can't say I'm going to win $1 million, but you have basically stick with your box. You can change your box, or you can just run away with the money, which is a huge amount of money.
So wait, hold on. So you're saying there's two boxes, there's one for $1, one for $1 million, or you could take 200.
Yes, but the box that this person has, he can change his box for the other box.
Okay, but if you ask me, mate, if you ask me as in Jay Saul, I would take the 200,000 in that scenario.
I would.
If someone was in maybe a slightly different financial situation, it would actually make more sense to roll the dice, no?
Yeah, I think for somebody, for example, if you're making like 400 grand a year, I'd take the gamble for the $1 million. If I was a guy who was unemployed, I was making 50 grand a year, and now I'd be thinking, wait, so 200 grand, that's me basically working for 4 years. I'm taking it. So again, it comes down to your financial situation, the way maybe whether you value money. Some people might be like, fuck, I'll go for it. I'm not really bothered either way, but I may as well go all in and like try get the $1 million. That'll be a great story to tell people. But let's go to this. Mate, I've only got I was supposed to do my class in 5 minutes. I've extended it. So we've got another 20 minutes, mate, because then I've got to pick up my food. I'm going out for dinner right after. This has been amazing. Everyone said, Jay Saul, you're right. Even the ads full of covers of trans. Oh, you don't like
I mentioned that in the chat that a lot of my advertisements on YouTube have trans stuff in them.
Yeah, but blatant, like obvious. They tell you.
Very obvious.
Yeah. All right, let's go to this. This is amazing. This is organic. You know our conversations. Somebody said, sorry about this, guys. I'm not really responding much to the chat. David Copperfield has done magic on people at home through the TV. Stevie Nicks, maybe Carrie Fisher. All right, listen. When it comes to gambling, right? Have you noticed, and it happened to me, have you noticed that even when you win that you're pissed off? Because you wish you put more on?
Yep. Mate, can you repeat that? That's a really great point. Can you repeat that?
I said, even when you win, when you're gambling, you're pissed off because you wish you put more money on. I always used to do it. I was like, I love this code and I only threw 500 on it. Like, why didn't I do 900? Like, and the code before that, I didn't even really like it. And I did $1,000 and it lost. Why?
Exactly.
So
it's a lose-lose, mate. It's a lose-lose.
It feels like a lose-lose with gambling because even when you win, you fucked off. Oh, I won a 6-team accumulator, but I knew that Lightning were going to win as well, and that would have took me up to like $4,000 instead of 300. I've heard it so many times.
Wow.
Whereas this knowledge, the stuff we're talking about, it's just beautiful and sacred, and there's no negative to it. This conversation, there's no risk, there's no louche. It's just two guys who are pretty wise souls, just inspiring people. And I'd rather get paid for inspiring people than picking who's going to win the NBA, man. Just keeping people stuck in a certain level, I think, by doing that.
I know we could go on for 2 hours talking about that, and it's a waste of time.
Yeah, that is.
Sorry, not a waste of. I've been really correcting myself. A misuse of time.
Yes, there's no such thing as a waste. There's no such thing as a waste.
No such thing as a waste. A misuse is a better word.
Yes, I have applied astrology to decodes. I'm just responding to someone's question. Somebody's saying, Jay Saul, we've been saturated from the inception of TV, print magazines, etc., with trans deceivers. So we've been fed a false perception of what a man or woman is. Do you agree?
Yeah, I really like. His name is God is One.
I do as well. He's really good.
I really like him.
I do.
I really like that guy. He's really cool. And really smart. He has a lot of smart things to say in the chat for those of y'all that are in the chat.
Yeah. Most people leave great comments, to be fair, in the chat, and then you get one or two bell ends that appear out of nowhere. But in general, the comments are really good. It says so much to the extent that regular gender people are trying to mimic people they think are the same sex, but knowing the opposite is true. It's hard to sell this blatant deception. Again, I always say, like, these so-called women celebrities who are giving birth and they have baby bumps, and then one day after they're in better shape than they were before their pregnancy, is completely disgusting. Like, because they haven't given birth. They have like 8-packs the day after they have an 8-pack, and they look better than they've ever looked. It's like pure mockery. It's like intentional mockery for me.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely tough because, I mean, you have all this stuff, that's being pushed and pushed and pushed. And it's like if I were to say, mate, I believe there's two genders and that, there's heterosexual, homosexual, and bisexual, and that's it. That's it.
Mate, that's soon. I just want to say bye to Devil's Playground is leaving for work. He lives in China, mate. He's from England.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Mate, do you know soon that if you say something like there's only two genders, that they'll probably put you in jail? If we keep playing with this system, they'll say it's hate speech. I think that's where it could go if we're not careful, that you'll end up saying there's only two genders and you'll get arrested for hate speech. That's political correctness. A whole different level. I feel like it could go that way.
I don't know about arrested. Maybe canceled, but not arrested.
Cancelled or fined or whatever. Like I see that's where the world's going if we're not careful. That you can't criticize anything that the mainstream pushes, is what I'm saying. You can barely do it now. That's why I couldn't talk about the G theory.
Well, mate, there's a lot of but to be fair though, mate, like the media is a small portion of the whole. So it's like there may be more than 65 to 75% of the world who agrees with you and me about the trans stuff. It might be that, but we're being fed a narrative that so many people are in on it.
That's a really, really, really valid point. And that's what they do with social media, like Twitter. They'll have a trans person have literally 10 million subs, and every comment they make has like 400,000 likes. And so people see that and think, all right, this is where we're going. This is the world. This is what's being promoted. This is what I want to be a part of. I want that amount of attention. So maybe I need to do that to get that. And when they do it, they don't get it. Like, because they don't have the media behind them.
Exactly, mate. It's and the people responding to them may even be bots or people that they're paying to respond.
You said that, didn't you, to me? A lot of the people that are coming out of nowhere and targeting me might not even be real people. Mm-hmm. And I'm starting to think that now.
They're either paid or they're robots.
Yeah, probably both.
The reason I say that, mate, but just keep in mind, it's okay if people disagree with you.
I like it.
No, but the reason what I'm saying is that the reason I say that it could be bots or people that are just being paid is because they're coming out of nowhere. That's my point.
And they all seem to come like in one go. Like I'll be doing my live, and then in space of 5 minutes, there's like 4 people hating on me at the same time out of nowhere. Like,
yeah,
it's not just one guy who just keeps coming and he wants attention or he just genuinely dislikes me. They come out of nowhere and all at the same time. And it's only been since I've started getting better and more popular that this is happening.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
All right, what else?
It's just like the world incidents. We won't go into it, but the world incidents that are happening recently, there's clusters of them. There's so many of them that happen. Why is it that they're all happening at this time?
Because they're doing all they can to basically not allow or delay this awakening that they can't stop. They're trying to delay it.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's a very good point that why I've said it multiple times. Why, in the space of a couple of years, have we had the coronavirus? Have we had the death of one of the most iconic celebrities that was alive? And it wasn't an accident that he died young. It wasn't a guy who died at like 90. He died at 41 when he'd just pretty much retired.
Kobe.
Yeah. Then you had the Black Lives Matter. You had the Black Lives Matter, the civil rights movement, pretty much. You had
Philip too, mate.
Yeah, you had Prince Philip dying, royalty, and he was highly regarded all over the world. You had him dying. Then what other then you've got World War III that suddenly appeared and come out of nowhere. What else? What other major, not just a couple of celebrity deaths?
Okay, let's go over them chronologically from 2020.
Yeah, you do that. You do this. You do this. I'll leave this to you.
All right. Okay, you can chime in as well.
Okay.
So January 26th of 2020, Kobe dies.
With his daughter, which makes it even more emotional that his father and daughter died. So it's really playing on heartstrings.
Let's actually go backwards. We're gonna start in fall of the winter of 2019.
Go on then.
On December. I think it's December 5th. I'm gonna look though. Juice WRLD, the artist Juice WRLD passed away. December. Let me see when it was. You know how I am with dates. So Juice WRLD, the biggest artist of the young generation by far.
You basically wrote a song with his beat, didn't you? Amazing song.
Yeah, I did. I remixed his beat. Yeah, or I remixed his song with the same beat. So, anyways, he passed away 12/8/2019, and he was the biggest artist in the young generation with his song "Lucid Dreams," etc., etc. Okay. So Juice WRLD dies. 1 month later, Kobe Bryant dies. On January 26, 2020.
Did you do the span? Did you do the span of days?
No.
Do you want me to do it?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Let me tell me the guy who died. Juice WRLD, whatever his name was.
Juice WRLD, 12/8/2019.
Right.
And it was apparently a drug overdose.
When you say 12/8, we're talking December, yeah, or August?
Yeah, December.
And then what? 2019.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, mate. He died, mate. Revelation. He died 49 days before Kobe, which is exactly 7 weeks.
Holy smokes.
That 49, mate, like Prince Philip died on 4-9 and Brady, 22 seasons, 7 rings, 227, 49th prime. He died exactly 7 weeks before Kobe.
Wow.
49 days. Wow.
Wow.
I guess if you include the end date, that's 7 weeks and 1 day. And coronavirus was declared a global pandemic the 71st day of 2020, and 71's the 20th prime. Like Kobe played 20 seasons, his memorial 20,000, died in 2020. Like, wow. And 50 days, that's 50 days, including the end date. And wasn't he drafted 50th draft?
Well, it was 7 weeks, and it's, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was the 50th, I think, and Satanic gets you 50. Like, his high scoring game was on 122, which is also the gematria of Satanic in his 666 game. But
so anyways,
yeah, go on, keep going. Juice WRLD died. Kobe and his daughter died for more dramatic fashion.
Juice WRLD dies December of 2019, December 8th. January 26, 2020, Kobe and his daughter died. March 11th, 2020, the scamdemic starts. And then you move forward, May 25 of 2020, George Floyd is brutally murdered on this video that's viral.
But it wasn't just brutally murdered by a police officer. It was brutally murdered by a white police officer, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. It was racial violence in the media, and then so then you move forward. Then I'm sure there was stuff in 2020, but I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
And then January 2021, on the 20th of the month, Joe Biden becomes the president. And then a lot of things start getting a lot worse.
Yeah.
And then you move forward in 2021, and you have I guess what were it's crazy.
Philip Dyan. Philip Dyan was huge.
Yeah, Philip died on 4/9/2021, and so did DMX, I believe, the same day. And then what other big? There were a lot of things last year. No?
Well, Betty White died the last day of the year, didn't she? She died at 99 for the big 99. There were a lot of people. There were a lot of celebrities, or at least the characters, just dropping dead.
Yeah. What's his name? Elgin. Is it Elgin or Elgin Baylor?
Elgin Baylor.
Yes.
When did this might be way back actually? When did what's his name? Wait a second. When did Avicii die?
Yeah, that was a while ago, but that was really big, man.
But that imagine the energy that he gives out. I think he died 2018.
Mate, that dude, that song "Wake Me Up" was one of my favorite songs at one point.
I think Avicii's music's absolutely sensational, but I think he was obviously one of them. But his music was sensational.
I don't know. I can't say for sure. I don't know, but I loved it. I loved his music for sure.
Yeah, well, there's all sorts of stuff with it. Again, what's your take on Avicii and Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell, who supposedly were going to call out paedophile rings, and then they all died? I don't know what that is all about.
It's possible.
It is.
And Machine Gun Kelly mentioned in I think it was either a freestyle or a song you mentioned. You say Chester? Was that his name?
Chester Bennington was the lead singer of Linkin Park, and he supposedly died. But now people are saying he's playing the role of somebody in Ukraine.
He mentioned Chester. MGK mentioned Chester, and MGK just had a video, or his girlfriend had a video where they said they drink each other's blood.
Megan Fox, who said that she was a man in an interview and she starred in the Transformers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's Megan Fox, and Fox is like the cunning fox, like from Pinocchio. And Fox in Pythagorean numerology is 666, isn't it? Do you know that?
Is it really?
Yeah, because F is 6, O is 60, and X is 600. In Pythagorean numerology, it's 666. That's why you have Fox. That's why you have Fox News. It's why The Simpsons was on Fox, and you got Fox Sports.
Oh, Fox News. Yeah, you're right.
Fox. It's the cunning fox, like deceiving you, like the one in Pinocchio. Yeah, the cunning fox took Pinocchio to Treasure Island.
Wow.
It was the fox. And then there's Leicester City, who won this Premier League in 2016. 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. Their nickname's the Foxes, and they were 5,000 to 1 to win.
Wow.
Nobody in their right mind would have placed a bet on that. So we're going to have to close this out in about 5 minutes. Mate, this is a shame. It's not a shame I'm teaching English, but it's a shame that I'm teaching English and I'm going out for dinner, because I've actually ordered the food. If I don't get it, it goes cold. But somebody's saying their time is up. I agree that, like Muse said, the time is running out. It's their time. It's not ours. It's theirs. Do you like Family Guy?
Our time is just beginning.
Wow, I love that. Somebody's asking, do I like Family Guy? I know. I'll be honest with you. I absolutely adored Family Guy for years.
Funny.
I adored it. I thought Peter Griffin. Let me try and do his laugh.
Hilarious.
Let me try and do his laugh. I forgot what it was. Wait. So I think that's pretty good. I love Family Guy. Hello, my name's Stewie Griffin. Like, he was just like the evil genius baby, Brian, like the intelligent dog, and like I know the Brian from.
Brian was the dog.
Yeah, I'm saying Brian was the intelligent dog, and he was like.
I thought you said the intelligent baby dog.
No. You got Stewie Griffin was the intelligent, like evil baby, and then you got Brian was the really intelligent dog, and he always got like beautiful women, and then you had like giggity giggity gig gig giggity gig gig. It was always jerking off Quagmire, and then you had Cleveland. What was Cleveland? How you doing, Peter? That's how he kind of spoke. So for me, Family Guy was just exceptional. And if I turned it on now, yes, there's a lot of symbolism to it. Yes, there's a lot of predictive programming. Same with South Park. Same with a lot of these animated shows.
I like Family Guy way more than South Park.
Yeah, same. I think South Park's stupid. I think Family Guy is very well put together.
South Park's like pretty offensive in my I was even getting offended, and I don't get offended by Family Guy. So
yeah, no, there's some stuff like I don't mind South Park, to be fair. I don't dislike it, but Family Guy for me is like, well, somebody's talking about Herbert, and I think that's the one who's like,
yeah, Herbert the pervert.
Is that the one who goes, "What you doing, Chris?" Is it that one?
Yeah.
Hey,
Herbert
Chris.
the pervert.
Yeah, Herbert the pervert. Yeah, it's just funny. Like I might actually watch a snippet of a few Family Guy shows, like when I get home from dinner, because it makes me laugh. Like Lois annoys me. Hey, Peter. However she speaks, she's kind of irritating. But the majority of the characters are they're so different, aren't they? But they bounce. What about the guy? I don't know how to do the accent of it. The guy in the wheelchair who's always pissed off, but he's nice, a nice guy. And Peter always makes fun out of him. Is that his neighbor? What's his name in the wheelchair with the massive arms? Can anyone help me out in the chat? What's the guy from Family Guy who's in the wheelchair and he hangs out with them?
Oh, Joe.
Joe, like Peter's always taking the piss out of him. And it's
Joe's hilarious.
Yeah, Joe's so funny, but he's a really nice guy, isn't he? But when he gets pissed off, he goes wild. Yeah, he screams, but he tries to be calm, and then out of nowhere he just snaps. Like,
can you do his imitation?
I'm trying to think. I can't think
He's
of.
Like, I can't. I'm gonna embarrass myself.
No, just try it. It's, again, who cares, man? Who cares? Let me hear it.
All right. Oh God, I can't make my voice that low, but it's like.
Try.
No, dude, it's
mate. Try it. Just try it. I might be able to get it. If you're anywhere near it, I'll be able to get it.
All right. Let me see if I can get it. I don't know if I could do it.
Does it kind of go, Peter?
No. It's more like.
Come on, mate. Don't be embarrassed. We told him. Why would we get embarrassed? Give it a try.
It's where he's like. All right, let me think. It's like, oh gosh, it's so. All right, let me do it with my mic muted, and then if it sounds good,
all right, okay, fair enough.
All right, 1 second.
Oh yeah, you got Meg, haven't you? Meg falls in love with Joe. Meg was played by Mila Kunis, who dated Ashton Kutcher. She was in the '70s show. I had a big crush on Mila Kunis, which annoys me because it's probably a bloke. And didn't she date Macaulay Culkin, which was a strange one?
Did she really?
Yeah, she dated Macaulay Culkin, and I think they were going to get. I think they were engaged.
That doesn't make any sense.
I think they were engaged, mate. To be honest, mate, I've only got 2 more minutes. I need to call this girl for the. This is a shame, but we can do a part 2 of this if you want. I don't even think we really covered. I don't even think we really covered as much as we wanted with life after sports, like after professional sports. I think we can definitely do another one with this. And
yeah, we could do that.
A lot of people are saying to me, "I love your work, but it's too long. I wish you would do shorter lives. I'd appreciate them more." So this is just we've done an hour and 43 for Kobe, born 823, the 143rd prime. We've done that. We're about to do 144 for my birthday. There's a guy called Richard who found these amazing syncs with Kobe today, and he shared them, and I presented them and shared my knowledge of Kobe, mate. And then I just found out he was born April the 22nd, 1986, 8 days after me for Kobe's jersey number.
Wow.
Can you make that up? You can't make that up, can you?
No, I can't make it up, mate.
So he was born 22-4 for the 2 and the 24 with the jersey numbers. And that's the
day that I quit gambling.
And that's also Kobe Bryant's Memorial Day, the 224. And when Russia supposedly...
when you say 22-4, do you mean April or do you
No,
mean
I'm talking.
February?
I'm using 22nd of April. You're talking February 24th,
Yeah,
aren't you?
no. I'm talking 22nd of April was the day I quit gambling.
Wow, the infinite number. The eight days after my birthday.
Yeah, that was. Oh my gosh, mate! That's the last day I made a deposit in my betting account.
That's incredible, and you feel better than ever, don't you? Energy-wise.
I feel so much better, mate.
So, guys, we're going to end this right here, and we'll definitely do another one. I want to thank Jay Saul. This guy, I've told you, is incredible inspiration. Jay Saul and I have quit gambling. We love to decode. We love to identify patterns and connect them and help other people. Just because we don't gamble doesn't mean we don't believe in what we do. Get that out of your head. That just because we don't gamble, it don't mean we believe in the work. I don't need the money anymore. I never really did. I got greedy. And the thrill, the big high, that thrill of winning that money was a huge thrill. But I get my thrills elsewhere now. I don't want cheap thrills like Sia sang about, cheap thrills. I want genuine ones, like learning a song on the piano gives me a real thrill. That's me. I'm not relying on other people to give me thrills. I'm creating my own.
Absolutely, lad. And I want to also say, just to add on to your numbers that you were doing, that this is 54 days after I quit gambling for your 54s you were talking about.
Well, like Kobe Bean Bryant in Gematria 54, and Don Shula died 5-4, and Gianna Bryant's 54, and Jesuit Order's 54, and baseball's 54. Steph Curry's 54, and two ciphers recently made the score 54-54 in a game. Of course he did. Yeah, and his name's 54 and
55 with the day included for Brady's Super Bowl 55 win.
Wow, and the last game between Boston and Golden State, the score was 55-55, and the Warriors stayed on 55 home playoff losses as well.
Wow. Wow, man, you pulled out a lot of 54s as well.
I can now. I'm at that point through hard work and speaking to people like you and other people that I can do that. And the people say, you need other people to code. It's like, have you not watched a live stream of mine where I spit out numbers like with ease, that acting that I need people. I appreciate people. I credit people. I love that. But come on, to act like I need people to speak about numbers, it's like, how naive are you going to be? You know what I'm saying? It's pretty naive to say that.
Yeah, mate. And we could do some type of decoding live sometime if someone wanted. Like I'm just putting that. You could say no, but I'm just putting that out there. We could do something like that because to kind of illustrate what Solution looks like.
Solution, tag team champions, reigning, defending, undisputed tag team champions of the world. Solution, baby.
We're 14-0 after we left
14-0,
Miami.
like Real Madrid just got their 14th European Cup win, and Pope Francis born with 14 days left in the year. Brady won the Super Bowl at 43, 14th prime.
Absolutely, mate. And on top of that, honestly, I think we're probably going to go 15-0, but people are going to say that end equals 14, so they're going to say we're done for, but we're not.
Yeah, and the problem is if we go 15-0, they're going to tell us that the Illuminati were founded the 1st of May, so they're going to say we're part of the Bavarian Illuminati, maybe. You never know.
Then we'll just have to get 16-0 for, I don't know, what would your 16, what comes to mind for you? 16
straight away, I think 16 times 16 is 256, but with 16, I think 53rd prime. It goes hand in hand, doesn't it? The 53 and the 16. Who won Super Bowl 53? It was Brady, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, so
another Brady, more Brady.
Yeah, like, mate, do you know that I used to live in 199 Valley Road, which is for Brady's draft date?
Wow.
So 199, Pope Francis born 1217, the 199th prime on Saturnalia.
Wow, mate.
And Brady has 7 rings, like Saturn has 7. He ain't coming off that, is he? Right, listen, this has been an absolute pleasure, mate. I've just sent the link of Zoom to the girl I'm about to teach. I honestly have no idea what I'm going to teach you right now. I'm going to freestyle it like I always do. Well, not always, but today I'll be freestyling. And then I'm going out for Indian food, mate. But
love that. Indian food's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying they appreciate the live stream, like Dr. Seth G and multiple other people, Johnny G, like all of you. Again, we appreciate you. If you're not in the live, it'd just be Jay Saul and I having a conversation. And this conversation that we've just had, guys, this is how we talk to each other. There's no act. It's how we talk. In it. It's how we talk to each other. It's always like interesting when we talk.
Oh, it certainly is, mate.
We always help each other get to a new level, and we're always there for each other. And we were saying, it's funny we're doing this live now on 15.6 and 9.11's the 156 prime.
Wow, mate.
It's wild, isn't it? And the Warriors right now are 15-6 in the finals.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? Could go 16-6 and 16-6. Or they could get their 100 or they could get their 166 playoff loss on 16-6.
Oh, wow.
So
that's
again,
quite a setup. It could go either way.
that's what they do to us. That's what they do, and it's all by design, whoever's designing it. Right, I better go. She's waiting for me to click submit, or not submit, admit, is it? Yeah, saying admit now. So right. Oh, wait, give me a sec. Wait, give me a second. I'm going to see how she says this. Wait, she's going to get embarrassed. I'm just going to prove that I'm about to teach English, all right? See what she says.
All right, man.
Wait.
Sounds good.
Wait, see this.
Hola.
Hello, Lily. How are you doing?
Hi. Pretty good. What about you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Listen, just right now, I'm on a live stream, so you've got hundreds of people listening to you. Do you want to say hello?
Really?
Just say, yeah. That just for 2 minutes, actually. I'm putting you on the spot here, but that's good. I think that's good when you get put on the spot. Hello, so she's saying hello. Right, Lily, tell people about your story of learning English and why you wanted to learn English.
Okay. First of all, I want to improve my English.
And what's the main reason?
Thank you. And this experience is obviously important to me because I need it at my work.
Yeah.
And what else?
What's been the best part? What's been the best part of understanding English for you? Has it been just for work? Has it been watching movies?
Learning all the slangs, all the idioms, because in the normal school, in a normal English school, the teachers doesn't show you that kind of words or that kind of meaning.
Yeah, absolutely. The idioms and all of the expressions that we use, the common expressions. And do you watch all of your movies in English, or do you watch them in Spanish with subtitles?
Actually, about 1 month ago, I decided to watch my movies with subtitles in English. Wow. Because I need to understand, obviously, hear and see how they pronounce many words. So
yeah, that's good. And tell them about how you was given a presentation in Spanish and then you accidentally started speaking English. Can you remember?
About social media, right?
Yeah, you was given a presentation because Lily's really good at what she does. She works in marketing. I won't say where. She works in marketing, and social media is a part of the marketing. And she was given a speech, not a speech or a presentation, and she was doing it in Spanish. And then out of nowhere, you started speaking English, didn't you?
Yeah, actually, I was in a meeting. I was talking in Spanish, but in a moment, I was talking in English, and that was weird because all the people mocked me for that kind of.
Nobody at your work knew you was learning English or getting good at it.
No, actually, nobody.
So they were shocked. It'd be like me now, just randomly speaking German in my live and like, wait, I didn't know you spoke German. So
oh my God.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just putting you on the spot here, but I've got a class that we're gonna do. I'm gonna leave the live stream now. Jay Sol, are you still there?
I am, mate.
Have you got any amazing advice for Lily about learning English? Like, you're always a man of amazing words. What would you say to her?
I would say, Lily, keep doing what you're doing and just be patient with it. You'll pick it up very quickly, and you already are. You're speaking extremely well. So I don't even know you, but I'm proud of you.
Wow, that's really nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's amazing how much she's developed. And like, how long have we been doing it, Lily? A year or less or more?
About 10 months, right?
About 10. Another 10. She's thrown another 10. Yeah, 10. 10 months, yeah. So
Yeah, 10 months.
right, Jay Sol, mate, much love to you. We'll do this again whenever you want to do it, and I'm gonna have to hang up.
Mate, it takes a good teacher to have a good student, and a good student to have a good teacher.
Oh, wow, I knew it'd have something nice. I
That's
knew,
sweet.
yeah. When you have both, yeah, that's when the magic happens. That's where you both learn and grow, don't you? Cheers, Jay Sol. That's perfect.
Cheers, mate. Love you, lad.
Yeah, I love you too. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.
Absolutely.
Bye.
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 All right.
Bye.
All right, Jay Sol and Lily, we'll focus now on the class, but you've just, I don't know, maybe thousands of people have watched this video, so they heard a little bit of your story. Not right now, like they're not in the live now, but eventually it'll probably be
Okay.
1,000.
Oh,
You didn't, you
okay,
spoke
that was
very
so
well.
bad.
Yeah, you spoke very well. Like, it's all good. So I'm just going to say bye. All right, guys, cheers in the chat. I've got to get off. I'm going to teach English, but I'll probably go live again tomorrow. So cheers, guys, and goodbye.
see ya. Bye.
There you go.